Fritz Haber was a very impactful German chemist. He even went so far as to win the Nobel Prize for Chemistry in 1918. Haber was born in Breslau, Germany on December 9th, 1868. He happened to be born into a Jewish family, and his father inspired him to begin studying chemistry. He started his studies at the University of Berlin, but he ended up transferring to Heidelberg University in 1886. However, partway through his education, he was called to military service. After receiving his doctorate, Haber worked on and off with his father. In 1894, he was chosen as an assistant in the Department of Chemical and Fuel Technology in Karlsruhe. During his time in Karlsruhe, he climbed the ranks to the position of a professor. He found himself heading the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute for Physical Chemistry and Electrochemistry in Dahlem. When the Nazis started to rise to power, he left his position as a form of protest. He unfortunately suffered a devastating heart attack in Basel, Switzerland on January 29, 1934. Haber's most significant contribution to chemistry was the Haber-Bosch process. He was able to come up with a method of synthesizing ammonia. His process allowed ammonia to be synthesized from nitrogen and hydrogen atoms. The Haber-Bosch process was and has been important to the world. For example, it is used mainly for plant fertilizers and explosives. Something else that is important to note about Fritz Haber was his work during World War I. Haber was the chief technical advisor of the gas services for Germany during World War I. He was in charge of manufacturing all the deadly gases used by Germany against the Allied forces. Although his work during the time of World War II was an atrocity, he became considered a hero by many after the war. His knowledge of chemistry allowed for Germany to keep using explosives well throughout the war. But also, his work, mainly the Haber-Bosch process, helped to feed the population of Germany during the war effort, as well as after. Some scientists would even argue that Haber did not deserve the Nobel Prize. At the end of his life, Haber looked back with deep regret. He actually had resentment towards his involvement in the war and the killing of millions of people. However, more wars were to come anyway, and his creations would be used even after his death.